5 seconds. Start. At the present moment, these things take precedence over the party to which the candidate belongs, which is relegated to the back position. It is the party which should come to the forefront. If we follow the system of proportional representation or the list system, it will be the party which will come to the forefront. There are many other malpractices associated with election which come into play during the elections. All these should be eliminated. Therefore, all along, our suggestion has been that there should be proportional system of election, which has not been accepted. We talk about so many evils of the elections, that is muscle power, money power, and sometimes government using its own power to scuttle the election processes, and at times this process is interrupted. I may here give an instance as to what happened in the recent elections in Tripura. We can understand normal rigging during elections, but this is the latest and the only event in the history of elections in India. A candidate was declared elected by the authorities that he has been so elected. The All India Radio broadcasted that man was elected. The Election Commission agreed that he has been elected. But the next morning, we read in the newspaper that some other person has been elected. Can you imagine this thing? In the Tripura elections, a candidate who had been elected and so announced on the All India Radio and also agreed by the Election Commission was declared defeated the next morning. The fact is that after the election result was declared, the electoral officer in charge was garroted and threatened not only by the gundas but by the parliamentary forces, the military forces at the disposal of the central government, so that this man was afraid for his life and he had to say that somebody else had been elected. That is the situation. Therefore, while we go into these questions and we make electoral laws or bring about fundamental changes in our constitution, we should be above party lines and should see that no party should do anything against the law that we make in parliament. This experience has not been taken into consideration by the government while bringing about these amendments. It is not enough to say that muscle power or governmental power is misused during elections. We have before us Constitution Amendment Bill lowering the age to 18 years. That is a good step. It has been said that they were discussing it all along. I do not mind what they had been discussing all along. I agree to this amendment but with some minor reservations. Stop.